So, welcome to the talk series on Guiding Lights by Zaggle. I'm Payal Gandhi Hoon, your host, bringing you up and close for some riveting conversations with some of the brightest HR leaders. Today, I have someone with me whose simplicity and humane ways is his signature style. He has a bag full of stories and looks at the lighter side of life. He's an international speaker, author, poet, visionary, inventor, influencer. And by the way, he has a LinkedIn power profile with a followership of close to 1.5 lakh. His experience spans automotive, IT, ITS, digital, healthcare, and he's worked with business houses like Tata, Reliance, Pyramid. It is an absolute joy and pleasure to welcome Mr. Harjeet Khanduja, Senior Vice President, Human Resources at Reliance Jio, to be our guiding light today. Welcome, Harjeet.
Thank you. Thanks a lot for this lovely introduction.
It's very inspiring to see a leader like you to have been recognized with significant awards like the HR Leadership Award, Pride of Nation Award, HR Personality of the Year, Global Learning Award, Global Digital Ambassador, Top 100 HR Minds, Top 100 Global Thought Leaders of 2021, and Top 50 HR Tech Leaders. A big round of applause on that one. So you truly are our guiding lights. So we'd love to hear it from you. What is your personal mantra that has led you to contribute so extensively to HR and the business fraternity?
I basically love working. And that is what the mantra is. There is no replacement for hard work. I don't know when it bit me, but once I started doing hard work in my life, I saw there is benefit, and after that I have been doing hard work. Actually, contribution to society and contribution to the community, that started somewhere in 2012. I was at INSEAD, and before that also I created a vision for myself. So I believe that visioning is something which is very important for each and every professional, or in fact you can say for each. I had a vision for myself that I want to be the best HR leader in the world, and I have been working towards it. In fact, every year what I do is I write down that what are the things I want to do in a year, and then I start working on those things. Every year I am able to finish at least 50 to 60% of what I am targeting. In 2012, when I was studying at INSEAD, that time something drastic happened. Actually, I'm saying something drastic happened, but it was a very small instance that changed my life. So it is not that meteor will fall and then something will change. Small things, small words, these small things make big changes in your life and in the lives of other people. So I had a coach there, and she asked me, what is your vision? So I said, I want to be the best HR person. She said, okay, that's great. You want to be the best HR person. And then I realized somehow I am not happy with the vision I had for myself. She said, this is a perfectly fine vision. Why are you not happy? And I said, this is something which I am doing for myself. I'm not, this is not a vision. This is like very self-centric. And that time I started thinking that I have to contribute to the lives of other people. And if you see my career journey after 2012, you will see a significant difference. I started writing, I started speaking, I started doing n number of things through which I can actually give back to the society other than what I'm doing for my work. My career choices, my personal time, how I spend it, all that changed post that, because I had a larger vision for myself. that's what happened, and that's how we are. Means at least I am on that path of saying few things, talking to people, touching their lives, because these small things which we say or do or tell, they can change everyone's life.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing that. And I think that nugget of, like you said, it doesn't have to be like a meteor file, but falling, but it's really about picking and listening to those nudges that the universe is giving. And you've started envisioning yourself and your life and your career and how you're contributing in a very different way. So I think that's really inspirational in a way. So on that note, I'd like to also ask you, Harjeet, being in the corporate career for a long time, and you must have gone through some ebbs and flows of life, and I'm sure, like they say, the true character of a leader really comes out of the kind of experiences he or she's had and how they won over that. So it'll be interesting to hear from you. Any specific challenge that you faced, in the course of your career that comes to your mind that you'd like to share, and how you turned that around?
So, look, all of us are born with challenges. If you would have asked me 10 years back what were the challenges in your life, I would not have realized that whether I had any challenge in my life or not. But when I was speaking in a TEDx forum, and my turn was afterwards. So there was a student sitting beside me. So I said, "Why have you come to this event?" He said, "Look, people go through a lot of struggle, and we want to understand from their struggle that how they have moved up." And I had a very simple story to tell. So I asked that guy that if suppose I don't have any struggle, then I'm not interested. And I said, boss, if you don't have any struggle, then people don't want to listen even to you. And then I started thinking, what is my struggle? And then I realized that I have had my struggles, but I never saw them as struggles. So it is how you look at your life. That is something which is very, very important. I will narrate one of the. Afterwards, I started seeing that was a challenge which we solved together. And let me tell you who was the inspiration who actually taught me how to go through these kind of challenges. His name was Mahesh. Every company sends few people outside, and when they come back, so we had to make a policy that if they're coming back, we should put a bond. That is what the ask of the management was. And this guy told me, if you put a bond, these people will not be motivated. We should actually increase their pay when they come back. And we should give them certain incentives that after 2 years something will happen. After some time, we faced a challenge. As an organization, we were shutting down a division, and all the people in that division we had to ask them to go. And I thought of Mahesh. I said, okay, how do we create a positive experience out of this? I told the team was saying, sir, we are letting people go. People want a job. People want engagement. So why can't we arrange jobs for them? And we started talking to the companies which are specifically our competitors who could pick up that kind of a skill set. We called them to our office. We asked them, pick these guys up. And most of the guys got placed at a relatively higher salary. And 90% of them got placed. 10% opted not to get placed because they were going for higher education. So we ensured that everyone is taken care of. So it is how you see challenges. I don't see this as a challenge because every day you do something, it is a challenge, and how you turn that around is something which is totally in your hands. Whether you see the glass half full or half empty, totally on you.
Beautiful, beautiful. So much profundity in what you said, and like you said, reframing that problem, and one can't even imagine. This is like a case study in itself, that how you reframe the situation of people leaving the organization. I remember there was this very famous movie, George Clooney, Up in the Air, and he was garnering those miles, and his task was to just go and land and get people to leave their jobs, because that was the toughest part of. But I think this is such a transformative story, and also transforming the hearts of people and looking beyond only the purview of doing your job, or looking at people as human resource. So that's a very inspiring story, Harjeet. Thank you so much. Now, on that note, I'm going to move on to HR trends. You've had a long stint, an inning in the HR fraternity and also the business world. So who better than you to share with us in terms of HR's new face now? So what are your views on the transformed role that HR has taken now in the business?
As of now, the entire paradigm is changing. It is like suddenly you have moved from, say, a 5-day match to a 2020 in cricket. So the whole dynamics is changing. And you must be thinking how dynamics is changing. Everything is becoming digital. And when everything is becoming digital, there is a lot of elements of gig economy which have started coming in the traditional businesses. And we are still perceiving things, or we are still doing our processes, policies, and operations in the same manner in which we were doing in the traditional business. We have not changed our processes, policies to the new paradigm, so to say. Let me give you one example. So, like, we do performance management every year, that is the annual cycle. How does Uber does performance management? Instant. You complete the ride and you get your rating. So you have a cumulative rating, and you can't argue that this rating is wrong, because this is what the rating is. You can also rate your customers. So there comes that respect piece, that how you bring respect in the platform. This is how you bring respect in the platform. So all the elements of HR are getting embedded in the platforms. You pick up any process. They made recruitment easy. It is a humanless recruitment. What is becoming important? Training is becoming important. Now, you say urban club. These guys come to your home. Can anyone, like you call for a beautician will come to your home, urban club beautician and a normal beautician, the way they come and the way they conduct themselves, there is a difference. What they do is, they train these guys for their skills, and that is how they are creating a difference. They are creating a market. So it is not that Uber is the only example. You were seeing it happening in front of your eyes. Now cloud kitchens are coming. If cloud kitchen is coming, a store like Starbucks or Cafe Coffee Day, if they have to compete, how will they compete? You have to change your HR processes based on what the new economy is going to be. Give you another example. I was traveling in a Uber. I saw this uncle was somewhere around 60 to 63 years. I asked him, he means you look aged, so why are you driving Uber? So he said, I retired from my earlier job, but my responsibilities did not retire. And these guys did not look at my age certificate, they looked at my driving certificate. The entire shift is toward skills. As of now, you define you will work 9 hours, you will retire at 58 years of age. These are the policies you define. In the new paradigm, these things don't matter. Skills matter. What is that you are bringing to the table, and how many hours you want to work? I am not telling you how many hours you are going to work. You want to work for 4 hours? Work for 4 hours. You want to work for 2 hours? Work for 2 hours. You want to work for the whole day? Work for the whole day. So that flexibility is there. Now, this flexibility, when you do induction program, do you give this flexibility? If you see society, how the society has changed because of the thought process which is going. You ask for pizza, you get an option of toppings. Which topping you want? You choose what my topping is going to be. You decide what is going to go inside your food. So everywhere in the society there are choices. Education institutes have started giving choices to their students. That was which elective, which subject you want to learn. And based on that, we will give you a degree, whatever you want to learn. And when you conduct induction for people, do you give choices? Okay, what is that you want to pick and learn about the organization? Is your induction customizable? No. So, are you in the new economy or are you in the old economy? That is what decides what is going to happen to your organization, because more and more competition is going to come from these organizations. And if you're thinking, oh, this is for the frontline jobs, this is not, digital organizations are not going to touch the other jobs, that is not the truth. If you look at all the other professions, they have moved to this kind of a model. You look at doctors, look at lawyers. Doctor works at multiple hospitals. In corporates, you ask for exclusivity. They also run their own practice. They decide how many hours they want to work. It is already happening. Lawyers, chartered accountants. So now there are companies coming up who are saying, okay, we will give you CHROs. And we have a pool of CHROs. You tell, we will bring the CHRO and the entire team and help you with the business, and that one CHRO is going to handle, say, 5 or 6 businesses. These are the models which are going to come in, and that is what the trend is. When this paradigm is changing, lot of things, lot of policies, practices are going to change. The way we work, the way we think, the way we organize ourselves, that is also going to change.
Wonderful insights there, and I'm actually mesmerized with the insights. I'm only wondering, like, how feasible is this, and is this going to be a very tall diktat for HR to be able to play it out?
Frankly speaking, we underestimate that HR guys can't do it. You anticipated COVID. Nobody anticipated that something like COVID will come. You asked HR guys, you brought those guys in. They made sure, based on their heroics, that your business is running. People are taken care of. And that is how we were talking about that HR has come to the forefront, because no one else was coming to the forefront, and this was something where there was a direct impact on business. So when they can manage something which is, so look, it is not the gig economy, it is the digital economy. Digital is driving gig, not the gig is driving digital. Economy is changing into digital because your consumers have gone digital. They have tasted, okay, this is how you can order directly from your phone and you don't have to go outside. They are trained on that. If they are trained on that, the consumer behavior has changed. So business will have to change as per the consumer. And if business is changing and you are getting long enough period to change your way of working, it is not that it is going to happen tomorrow. You have good enough period to make those transitions. And there are organizations which are doing that on a daily basis. New competition is coming for you. The way they are conducting their business, you have to keenly observe, because and if you learn in this transition time and change your way of working, then chances of you getting successful will be much, much more. Look, every business is different. You will have to create your own examples. Why I'm giving you these examples? Because these examples you can see on the ground as of now. This is how our future in the traditional businesses also is going to look like. Companies like Amway, And it is not, Emily is not the only company. There are many companies who are in this space, especially beauty products. Uh, they have monthly active population of somewhere around 40 to 50%. Like if 100 people have registered as employees, every day 40 to 50% people are going to work on selling your product or services. Now, this is very different from the way we have been operating our organizations, the way we have been seeing engagement. Engagement is right now seen as a secondary activity or a tertiary activity. In the new economy, engagement is going to be the primary activity. If your engagement is not proper, it is going to hit the top line as well as the bottom line of the organization every single day. How the digital way of working is moving forward and how the paradigm is changing. I have a peculiar interest in looking at how society is changing, and the way society is changing, is the business changing in the same manner? Because I will tell you a parallel. So I have a deep interest in how society works, how movies are there. So movies are a reflection of society, that is what I believe, and how businesses behave. Businesses are generally in sync with the society because otherwise you can't operate. Because businesses are also built by people in the society. You remember Dilwale Dulhaniya Le Jayenge? So Dilwale Dulhaniya Le Jayenge was all about जब तक बाबूजी नहीं बोलेंगे, till the time your father gives me permission to take you, I will not take. So that was the era of approval. And that time approvals were very important in the business also. That for everything, you are taking leave, you have to take approval. You are going for travel, you have to take approval. Means anything you do inside the organization, you have to take the approval, and that is how the entire culture was built. And then came Jab We Met after 10 years. Let's first do it, then we will see about the approval. And that is how the culture in the businesses also changed. We will regularize it and we will see what is happening. In fact, if you're hiring, earlier there used to be charts, strict chart, this is the budget, this is everything. And then the third movie which came, Luka Chippy. We first experiment and then we will see whether it works out or not. You can see that in business that suddenly the internships of people have gone for, there is a 6 monthly internship which is happening with the colleges. So first we will see how you are working with us, and after that we will take a call whether we are giving you a PPO or not. So business continuously follows society, and that's how we move in sync. So I closely follow how society is changing, how user behavior or consumer behavior is changing. Now, if consumers are becoming digital, so businesses are becoming digital, and you are seeing a lot of investment going into digital organizations. And that is the reason, because businesses always want to sync up with the economy. So I follow business, that how business is moving, I follow how society is moving, and based on that I see whatever the leading organizations are, what they are doing in their HR practices and how they are redefining the HR practices.
All right, thank you. On that note, I like that following the society and society following, or the businesses following the society's pattern. That's quite an interesting one, and I love the connect of Bollywood, how it's moved on the decades, and truly it's actually I can connect with that, relate with that, and what's happening in the society. What is that one advice that you would like to give to the HR professionals about absolutely must do?
Use your common sense. When I started with patents, I realized that it is common sense which prevails there. Heisenberg got Nobel Prize, and I was studying why this guy was given Nobel Prize. What he discovered was that if you take an object at any point, if the object is moving, you can either tell the speed of the object, or say momentum of the object, or the position of the object. You can't tell both. But based on that simple principle, the rest of the quantum physics actually works. When you work with common sense, when you work with fundamentals, that always helps. And that is what I would advise our HR guys, that don't look for, oh, that company did this, so I should also do this. No. Apply common sense. Whether it will work for your business, it will not work for your business. If it doesn't work for your business, don't do it. If it makes sense for your business, shamelessly copy.
So thank you so much, Harjeet, for your time, beautiful stories, and enriching experience for being our guiding light on this Guiding Light series by Zaggle. Thanks for sharing your thoughts and your time.
Last
Thank
line.
you. Yes.
So you are asking me now, who you are, tell me, how do you define yourself? So I remember Ghalib's one शेर, गालिब का शेर है. So वो पूछते हैं गालिब कौन है, वो पूछते हैं कि गालिब कौन है, बतलाए कोई कि हम बतलाएं क्या.
Oh, nice. Thank you so much. Thank you.